Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to the Cyclist Tactics. We're on episode number 6. So, quick programming note, the series is doing well enough that I'm definitely going to keep it around as a permanent series and not just do an introduction to the game. So I'm going to have this going on for a while. It's going to, following this episode releasing today, settle into a regular schedule of every Thursday and Sunday. 2 more episodes this week with Thursday and Sunday, and each subsequent Thursday and Sunday from there will be when this game regularly appears, replacing the Tour de France game. Let's get on with the program. We're at Cloud Peak Circle, and it's a difficult race. It's a mixed field of some much better riders, but we're trying to get Ortega as high into the top 10 as we can to grab some points. And speaking of trying to grab some points, we're trying to get my character, Decathlon Gamer, into the break to pick up some KOM points so we can maybe be part of that competition as well. That's going to be the focus for that character, and then kind of conserve energy from there. So today, with 1 KOM point halfway through the stage, we're going to see if we can get Gamer into the break, get through that KOM as best placed as they can, and then start conserving energy the remainder of the stage from there. And Ortega, we obviously want to be in the mix right till the end of the stage. Right now, placed 11th overall. So we are about a quarter of the way into the stage, and I do have my character into a break. However, we're only 2 nodes ahead of the peloton. We were opening up to where it looked like we were going to be about 4 or 5 nodes ahead, just slowly pulling out a little gap, small gap, just slowly growing, pushing slightly harder than the peloton. But then the peloton made a bit of a bigger move last time, and now they're back within 2 nodes. So we do need to open it up. We definitely want to hit this point. It looks like the peloton should be placed about here, and that's going to give us that little bit of an edge to stay ahead. We'll see if that actually happens. No, the peloton has closed us down, so the peloton makes a big push, and we have failed to open the gap thus far. But it hasn't cost me anything but a couple of stamina points overall, which really isn't a big deal, and I'm right on the front to then try to take off yet again. Alright, entire peloton in place. Not a lot of attack energy left from my character, unfortunately, so we'll see how well they can do. But we get Ortega in place here just in time for the hill to hit. Make sure we don't get dropped. And I suppose for my character, I want to go max effort and pull ahead and see what happens. We're not going to have anything left for the attack next, but see if anyone keeps up. Wow. Most of the field keeping up. Oh no, I can't make it over the top. I don't have anything left to attack with. And we only have 5 per turn. We're going to get left behind. Yeah, there goes the field, leaving me behind. Ah, that is so unfortunate. I use a single attack point, and Ortega gets the points instead. And now suddenly Ortega sits on 10 in a pretty good position in the competition. So my character tried to get away a couple of times and everybody just followed. My character doesn't have a lot of punch at this level, so that's going to be a difficult thing to overcome, I feel. Ortega's out front. Expect the peloton to be up about here, so that's probably where it should end up going, or maybe to here. Force them to keep up with me a little bit. Yeah, that next hill's pretty short. I think actually I should just push on right to here, right to the edge. Peloton will keep up with me, yeah. I think we can afford to drop back for now with Ortega. This hill's not going to be a big deal. Campbell's already in that group. Yeah, there you go. As expected, everybody bypassing the hill. And doing so on less energy consumption. Campbell hanging on. Oh, come on. I can't make the gap because I have no attack energy left. One attack energy would have bypassed the hill, but we're not going to bypass the hill, so... Ooh, huge jump for the peloton. One rider pushed ahead. Look how easy it is for Ortega. Alright, let's go ahead and go to auto rest for my character. Let them get to the stage, end of the stage on their own. Uh-oh. Look what happened. I've been caught out. We've missed a split because we're too far back in the pack and we can't push through it. Really surprised about a split coming in at this point, though. Did not expect that at all. Ortega is going to stay right there, but Campbell is going to come forward, and we're going to try to pull it back. Coming up on the sprint point. Coming up on the time you want to be at the front. We're going to start on the gentle slope before you get to the final push. Finish line's right there. I mean, we're already almost up on it. So it's time to... Nope, Campbell's going to stay right there. We need to advance for Ortega. A turn too late on that. Yeah, they're pushing right for the finish line already. Oh, this is so unfortunate. We're going to lose a little bit of time. Do I want to attack with Ortega or just take... Now you're going to get a better push off the line right here. We're not going to be that far behind. Attack for the finish line. Those first 7 are going to have a bit of an advantage. Okay, Campbell, we're not worried about his time, so we just need to get across the line. But we are absolutely worried about Ortega. We want to get max time. That's 17:36. That's does hurt a little bit. Still not a bad time. So trying to conserve some energy. We do get caught out a little bit today. That does hurt, but in the overall, we still sit 11th. So it didn't hurt that much. We're also very, very close to a top 10. You can see we are right on the verge of even 5th place. Still very much in reach at this point in time. And in terms of that mountain jersey, 4th place, but just 3 points out of the lead of the KOM, where my character still sits on 3. Could not grab anything. Still a chance at some points. None right now through 3 stages though. Stage 4, a little bit hilly, might be a little easier for my character to get away and try to pick up 3 points here, but I don't know what 3 points is going to matter at this stage. There's a lot of points on stage 5 and 6 though, but I'd still love to get 3 points to be in some type of contention, because as long as Ortega has a chance at a top 10, I can't afford to have Ortega attacking. But if it does fail and we have that slight chance to get a small edge and pick up points again for Ortega, we'll take that opportunity. Right at the start of the stage, I'm looking at an opportunity. You could see the field right now is pushing for the middle of this hill. From the middle of the hill, looking ahead, to get to the other side of the hill is going to take a massive, massive effort. But from here, if you take the short little downhill at the beginning, it's going to take less of an effort on the next turn to make that jump. Now this is for Campbell. And Campbell is the one I would want leading, making that effort right off the bat, helping my team. So we're going to go ahead and try this, and we'll see what happens. Tactically, I think this is going to be the smart move to make. And there, it does cost less for my other guys to make that jump. We'll see. From the peloton, you don't know exactly what that would have ended up costing. Maybe it actually didn't cost those further back, only those at the front. So maybe that didn't actually work for me. But it does put us right into the back of the group where things are a little more comfortable. But I need to get forward. Alright, gotta bring myself forward. And keep Campbell at the back. I think Ortega's gotta come somewhat forward because action could pick up on these hills to come. Boy, if there's a rider who can't go with a move right now, you could really get caught out and lose just a ton of time. Alright, so the easy thing on this one is we can follow, but we just need to go to the front. Use some attack energy to go over the top first. I should have just maybe gone forward one position. I waited for them to catch up because that used 3 attack to go forward. Lesson learned for next time. I wish I could undo our positioning, but this will get us over the top first. 3 points. From now on, we just sit on. If they make a big effort, we'll just back off, let it go. Majority of the field just made a huge move. This is a little worrying. But we'll use Campbell. We've got enough firepower. I think we'll be able to bring it back. And not in a too costly sort of way. But you can see the peloton only moving to here. So they're really not that far ahead. And we're seeing a split up ahead. But meanwhile, I want my character to rest. So we'll drop back. This field is definitely splitting right now. So I'm looking at the profile here, and it looks like this next sector from here towards the finish is the best place to make up the ground that has been lost. For one thing, my character is only going to just make it over the hill, so that's going to add a little more firepower. Campbell working alone right now, trying to make that chase happen. And Ortega now being joined by the others. There's 10 that are trying to make it over. But once you get over, things are going to get a little easier, like I said. And so making it to here is going to be a big step. Adding 4 more in terms of firepower. Campbell's not going to quite make the hill. So for Campbell, we're just going to have to take what we can get. But let's hope that Ortega can. And yes, Ortega can. Okay, this is an important step. This is the key move right here. Bypassing that hill is going to go a long way towards getting this group anyway, these 9 riders, up and over and potentially back up with the other 14 before we make the final climb. And let's just go ahead and put Campbell on auto from here. They're out of touch, out of contention. And you can see a group member getting dropped. Yes, this is where you want to be, that 14. That's the max move here. That's going to set you up for something else later. Oh, what's going on? Oh, we're coming from here. Okay. I think we want to take the bigger move possible. Maybe the biggest move possible. Let's get to here. That'll give Ortega a bit of a jump, closing the gap up ahead. Getting that little bit of a lead out, leaving some more behind. There's definitely some riders losing ground. But getting that little bit of a toe, saving that little bit of energy helps. Oh, just the first few leaders. Now ready, poised for the hill. Okay, max effort for my character. And let's see where Ortega can get. Do we leave him behind and go solo from here? I think we save it for the climb. We've got to try to make up the ground on the climb. This is already costing us a lot of energy right now. Really unfortunate that we missed that gap. So I'm always nervous about going to the back group. That's why I have riders with extra stamina, because I feel like you need to ride near the front, because if a split happens, if you're in the back group, you can't make the front group. And as we've seen here and on the previous stage, that can be so deadly, so costly. And yet, if you're in that group, even though you're using a little more energy to be in that position, I feel like the consequences. See, this is where I need to try to get Ortega. My character can only get to here. We'll make that max. Oh, he can't. You can get to here though, at 12, but you need to be here for the start of the climb. You don't want to be starting the climb up here. I mean, look, 3 nodes versus 12 nodes. You need the 12 nodes. So take the follow. That saves 2 energy. But we've really missed out today. This is gonna hurt. Ortega drops 1 place, now 12th overall. 2 riders missed the time cut on that one. Luckily, Campbell was not one of those 2. And meanwhile, my character drops way down the order as well. But that hurt. That stage hurt. Missing the group and then catching up to a group put me at the back of a group. And they had no energy left. And Ortega's stuck at the back of a group where you either burn energy to get through the group, which is, in retrospect, what I should have done, or I just should have not made contact with that group and should have just pushed beyond them using the attack energy. That would have been the smart thing, because I could have continued on and we lost a bunch of time. For one, I'd still be in 11th, actually probably 10th right now. I'd be ahead of Frank had I done that, because I'm guessing I lost close to a minute by catching that group of runners who were totally out of energy. But how was I to know that they had no energy left coming up on them? Slippery slope. We are still 4th place. I'm wondering if Ortega, I now need to focus on Ortega being the breakaway rider, who's much more capable of going out and grabbing some KOM points than my character is. I doubled our points, but we're only on 6. I'm going to see what opportunity there is. I might try to get Ortega and my character into the break. Use my character to sacrifice to keep Ortega ahead a while and get Ortega some KOM points. If we could potentially win that KOM. On a day like this, we can go out and collect a lot of points. Means we're going to be out of touch for the top 10, but you never know. It could translate into a decent finish on the stage as well if we manage it appropriately. If we get a decent enough lead, it's an easy opportunity to get out and attack early. We'll see if we can hang on to that. I think we're going to be aggressive now for the KOM. First climb's only worth 3 points, but we are in the right position to gain from it. We'll see if we're still ahead. Even if the other riders make contact with us, and they have, they make that effort to catch up, we're still in a good position to get points over the top. It was 2 riders. I never thought the whole peloton would push all the way up to there. Now we're going to have to attack to get back on. Trying to judge that is still really complicated in this game. Two riders have pushed ahead, but there's your peloton. We'll get back on. Cost my character 5 energy, but Ortega nothing, so we're okay. Everybody's at the back for now. And there's, I think, 5 points at the top of the next climb. It's going to be a little harder to catch up to that. We're at the back of the group, so we have 0 chance of attacking. Campbell can stay right there, but my guys have to come forward, and that's going to be hard. It's going to take more than 1 turn to get there. The first 2 are already going to go over the top, 5 and 3 points for them. Nope, Ortega does not have the energy. Just being in this position. I don't know why it's counted as 4 attack points, but okay. Too steep of a climb or something. It's one thing I haven't quite figured out is the positioning points already used. It might be the difficult of the node you're on, but I'm not sure if that's actually the case. And so for Ortega, we can get over the top and gain 0 points. And I can't even attack. There was no attack points left. Yet Ortega has plenty of attack points. So Ortega gets no points, where seemingly I feel like he could have. Peloton all back together. Now at 21 riders. And look, Ortega, how is he in the middle, right? Ortega was at the front. He's the 5th one to go over the top. And somehow he's now in the middle and would have to expend energy to get back into position. Does not make sense. Very confusing. That's good. I was worried those guys were going to regain contact and somehow save energy, but they haven't. Schreiber's there. Maybe he's gone too deep in the first 3 stages. Or he's just playing things tactically and outsmarting the rest of us. Okay, we're heading into the flat. I'm okay here for now. Ortega still has a good amount of energy. I do not. I'm really not going to hang on much longer. Neither will Campbell. This last climb's going to do some damage. I have a feeling they'll both get dropped. Okay, do we want to move up now? No, Ortega. Yes, move up now. I don't have the energy, so we're just hanging on. I'm not going to get anything else. Neither will Campbell. They're in survival mode. Oh, they're back. They're back on. We're at 23 riders, so 1 rider fell away. Back here somewhere. We're at 23 now. There was 21 plus 3 behind. 23 riders left in contention. Ortega's in a good, strong spot, has plenty of energy to attack. This feels like this is the place where this stage will be decided and split, is this next climb. So going over the top can be huge. But with 4 energy and 5 energy, it's only Ortega who's in contention. Ortega following the move. And I cannot. Campbell can, but it's going to use literally everything he has left, so let's go ahead and conserve. Down to 17. This split might have caught out Ortega if I was in the middle. So he needed to be there. Ortega following the big move. Xavier Duval, that's definitely one of the favorites. Some unable to go. Could not go that far. Or that far. Jeez. These guys are crazy. When they want to. Considering what they can do when they want to. Alright, well, there's 3 ahead of us. Picking up 1 point at best, and that's going to move, like, Schreiber. Picking up 5 points here. That's going to move Schreiber back in the lead, but hopefully this does get us into the top 3 anyway. In the KOM competition at the end of the day. Definitely seeing some splits, and we'll see some time gaps at the finish. It'd be really nice if we can get top 5 or so on the stage and improve our position a bit. So 4 riders have crossed. We'll make it 5. Won't be worth any points unless we can push ahead of Caruso. Can we do so? We'll find out. Okay, it's worth 1 point. I'll take the 1 point. That's now 16. If we held on to that, I don't know if we did. I think it's important to bypass these 2s, so we'll push to there. We did. Okay. We kept the point. Nobody pushed past us. And so heading into the final stage, we find ourselves in an improved position. Ortega, 10th, and at the moment, really comfortable in 10th. Frank lost a ton of time. Gonzalez definitely lost some time. Ortega lost very little. Has a small chance at moving up into 9th, but probably is poised for 10th. But then also moved into 2nd place in the King of the Mountains. So he's just ahead of Frank and Kula. So he doesn't have a massive advantage. It's close. Schreiber is so good that he's going to be difficult to beat because he's probably going to win the stage again. And meanwhile, my character is all the way up into 5th, but you got to be in the top 3 to pick up points. He's a little bit far back. If we can get him into the break early, you never know. It could turn out and pick up some points, but we'll see. It's not a day in the jersey, though. That's the unfortunate part, is that Schreiber has picked up a bit too many points to not only win the thing overall, but to get us away from getting some points for that. So we could still lose everything, or we could get something. It's such a weird place to be in right now with Ortega. I don't mind going after a few points early on and, you know, maybe count ourselves lucky, especially that next climb, a 5-pointer here. If we can get 3 and 5 points with 8 points, it would be enough. Schreiber's still going to win the overall, but we could then conserve kind of the rest of the way and set ourselves up for hopefully sticking in around the top 10 and keeping both 10th place and keeping maybe 2nd in the KOM. And for that, 30 points would be a very successful race. We're in position, but we are tired. It's going to be difficult. Look how little energy we have heading into this final stage. How tired are others? Frank going on the attack from the off. That's one of the KOM contenders, so that does worry me that he's going on the attack, so I'm going to try to follow with my character. And then with Ortega, we're going to stay in the pack for now. I'm going to use my character to try to steal those points away from somebody like Frank so that we can stay in contention overall. Loving the opportunity to get a little recovery in. Ooh, big push by the peloton. They went way further than the starting group did. Peloton not conserving anything right now. That's going to wear that group out even more. I have no attack energy left though. 34 overall turn energy. For now, all I can do is try to shield Ortega a little bit. Who himself can't do much more in terms of attacking. So I really don't want to overdo it on this next climb. Okay, we'll go ahead and drop all the way to the back. Oh, we should be lining this up way over here. Looks like we're going to be hitting this hill halfway. Looks like they're taking that one more turn and the peloton's going to catch up to us. They most certainly are. It's all coming back together. At least my two guys are recovering, but they're not recovering the attack energy, unfortunately. And that's it, all 28 together as we begin the second climb of the day, of the final stage of this race. See just how tired Campbell is, and there's going to be a lot of fatigue in the legs of quite a few riders, and we're seeing a small push. I can't follow it. That sucks. Oh, that really sucks. That's going to be a dangerous place to be. Should I go back to here and conserve, and then if I'm going to get dropped, I might as well. That's going to take me one more whole turn, so no, let's get to here. Ortega can go with it. We don't want to get left behind. I think this is your decisive move. These guys left behind are never going to come back. Do we want Campbell to drop the group? Let's get him back there to help. Ooh, surprise. Surprise that Schreiber is all the way back here. Is he totally out of energy? Did he dig too deep on the last stage? Okay, so for just 1 energy, there's 8 riders. For 2 energy, I could go to the top and pick up 5 points. Sure. Sure. It just moves everybody up behind me, but there's your 5 points. We pick up another 5 points in the KOM, so that is 7 on the day for Ortega. Bringing him to 23 and the virtual lead in the King of the Mountains competition. And that time anyway, it cost us 1 extra energy. That's it. 1 additional energy. Oh, I'm happy with that move. And we've got plenty left for the end. In fact, all that energy that we conserved on that downhill while the group came back to us made up for what we spent. The one thing that we didn't make up for is the attack energy on the first climb that it took to go over the top behind my character. But it was only 2 attack energy, by the way. That's all he spent. Gamer spent 4. Not time yet. We're still okay. Hopefully. I don't think we're going to see a split yet. We're just seeing riders one by one dropped because they don't have any energy left. The next one, that's where we need to bring it up. Alright, back into position, ready to go. These 2 a ways behind, but we really could have lost more than we did. Campbell's going to have a hard time making the finish and not miss the cut, but already big moves coming. 5 riders off the front that I can't even follow. Ortega only has 3 attack points. So to follow these guys, that's going to use up most of what's left. If we save this, we'll have just 2 remaining, but we'll be 2 nodes behind, and you only get 4, so that is bound to hurt. Follow that slipstream, you get a little bit further along. We kind of have to. Can't make the gap. So for Campbell, this is it. Campbell is done. But for my guy, we can get across. Get across to there. So we're going to go solo from here. Campbell gave us a decent lead out, got us in position. Now we're going to have to ride on. I'd like to make the time cut, at least for my character. 7 on up ahead. That's going to be difficult to follow. But again, our goal is top 10. Those guys going over the top first. Now 8. Oh, we can't quite bridge that gap. I think we have to take the conservative one from here. The one that ensures we get over the top on the next turn. Top 7 have pulled away a bit. This guy only went to here. He's conserving his energy for the final climb. That's probably not a bad thing. We only have 9 and 1 left. And we join up with a group. That's a good thing. 7 chasing 7. And a lot of them are going to be pretty tired. We'll have a little bit more left in the tank. Okay, let's save some here. What's 9 versus 6? Well, it's 5 energy spent, plus 4. So we'll be 1 node further along on the next part of the climb is all. So I'll save 4 energy. Got some guys ready to work, so we're going to get a little bit of a tow to try to come back at them. Conserve some energy. That'll put us back up to a 10. Okay, we want to bypass those 3s, so we'll get on to the 4. See, we're actually working our way ahead of people. Let's use one of our remaining energy to get a little bit further along. Oh, wow, that is so fast. You guys are going to there? That does not make sense to me. Goodbye. Yeah, very confused as to how that just took place, how that went down, because I thought that I was going to be good to go. That I had a couple energy left, and I still don't know how the moving position works. Like, it takes extra energy, but I thought it was kind of more of a reserve bank. I don't know. That's one mechanic that I haven't quite sorted out how that functions, because I felt like we had one last little push in us, which we did not. But it looks like none of these guys do either, so be nice to have that finishing setup. Schreiber, of course, won. Top 4 have already finished, but are we riding for 5th place? Are we riding for 10th place? I do not know at this point. Meanwhile, my character is definitely climbing the hill a bit faster than others. Caught up, actually, significantly. There's the line. Okay, 6 riders have crossed. That's it. We are riding for 7th place here. Okay. Okay, GC secure. KOM should be a top 3, I think. There's the last 2 energy for my character, but we definitely made our way up the hill a lot faster than others. Gained a lot of ground. One rider's going to miss the time cut, maybe 2. I wouldn't be surprised if Campbell is the one or one of those 2 that has been out of the time cut. Not that it matters, it's stage 6, there is no finish from here, but you know, theoretically you want to do the best you can do. Ortega hangs on to 10th and hangs on to 2nd, so we do get the 30 points. That is the chipping away that I was talking about. Campbell does miss the cut. He gets a DNF. That sucks. It was 28th. He would have been 28th, but missing the cut there, that's unfortunate. My character, not much better. Remember, we are a level 2. But there you go. 2nd in the KOM, 5th for my character. It was Frank. Only 3 points off Schreiber. 3. Dang, we came pretty close there. Solid performance, though. I think in retrospect, there was a couple things I could have done differently along the way, but still learning the game, you know. That is totally understandable. All in all, getting a top 10 when we were nowhere near the top 10 favorites. Getting 2nd in the KOM when, again, we were nowhere near the top climbers. Ortega's a level 1 climber, like my character, but the difference is he's also got the downhill. The difference is he's also got the technical. He's got a 1 in each of those categories. So a 5-star and a 2-star guy performing the way they did, and then Campbell, who's good on the flat, right, really did a lot to help my character recover a lot of ground. I mean, in that stage, I finished 18th. Remember, we were 27th and 28th, well off the back, because I had used my attack points in those first couple of climbs and used that all up. And so by the time we were going over the top, those 2 are behind everybody else, running solo all the way through this flat territory. Campbell helped my character get through there, And so that by the time we get into those last 2 climbs, I made up a lot of ground and passed a lot of riders. So tactically figuring things out and making progress. Again, that makes me happy. Another 30 points moves us up the order a little bit. Are we still 43rd? We'll find out here in just a second. 42nd, heading into the last race of the season for us. The last 2 months also, that's going to hurt. We are 42nd out of 44. Yeah, not a great first season, but with medium expectations, I think we already would have just about made it by now. High expectations, we're not quite there. We've got some work ahead of us into this final race to see if we're going to make that. I think we may end up coming up just short, which sucks, but hey, that's okay. Learning experience, and I've learned how the finances work too, so that's going to help. I'm a Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you next time. I'll see you on Thursday. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.